I wonder if this is better than my trusty R36S.
Okay, negative Deadfred, what are you doing? Are you doing some more late night shopping, making some bad purchases for me to deal with?
You're the one who loves all these electronic waste toys. I just bought you the game console R36VX using the company card.
Okay, well, I guess since you already bought it, we should review it. Wait, there's no company card, and you're an AI, you can't do that. I'm a little afraid now. Anyways, we are going to take a look at the R36VX. But is this just another clone, another iteration? Haven't we seen this before? Stick down bottom?
I may not be an eagle, but I am great at delivering for deadheads.
Forget the eagle, we can serve you better at our 3 convenient metro locations.
So when you need to ship something, especially overseas, give us a chance.
So beat that buzzer and use the buzzard at Deadfred Shipping. No, wait, I don't own a shipping company. That'd be kind of cool. By the way, that was a pretty creepy looking buzzard. Hey, Deadheads, welcome to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Retro Gaming with Deadfred and ring that bell.
All right, so since Negative Deadfred wanted me to take a look at this, let's do it. This is the R36VX, and the box is colorful. It's a very colorful box starting off. We do a video game, R36VX, screen HD 3.5 inch. There's no game console on the front. Looking around the sides, and there's nothing really on the sides of this. So we will take a look at the back. And again, there's no game console. So this is not part of the game console line. Not sure who's going to make this one. But we do have Emuelec. It tells you right there, Emuelec 4.7. This is a 3.5 inch screen. It is a quad-core processor, 1.45 gigahertz. It says it has 8 gigs of system memory. That's not RAM. It's probably internal. LCD, 3.5 inch, 640 by 480, 3000 milliamp battery, and supports a TF card. We do have the colors on the back here. So I did go with the blue. I thought it was the best looking one. But let's hop inside and get this out of the package. We'll take the handheld and move it out of the way for a second. We have our normal tray. No surprises there. Then we have a USB A to C cord. So same thing here. No screen protector, but hey, better than just putting in that useless one that's the scratch protector. We do have an instruction manual, the R36VX. Now, I don't know if these are Roman numerals because V and X are Roman numerals, so I don't know, but maybe just VX. Who knows? It does say again here in the manual, quad-core CPU. I think it's a 3326. Who knows? We'll find out. Again, not much here in the way of the manual or instruction manual. This is only in English, so no Mandarin on this. First thing, to fix a system bug, hold down Select, L2, and R2, then press A to confirm. Never seen that before, so we may have to try that. So in-game shortcut combos, child mode, PSP, charging instructions, emulator core. So might be some good information here. How to change the theme, especially if you're new to this. How to set side B in FDS game. No clue. Anyways, very basic. Let's get this put back in here and let's take a look at this. So as I said in the opening, haven't we seen this before? So go check out our review of the K36S, or you can look at our review of the M21, the original Cyclops that we reviewed way back, and it had the stick up top. So some choices there, but we're going to take a look at this one and see what it looks like. We're going to get it out of the the box here and check it out and give a first hands-on and see how we think about it. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, AliExpress, and the Acegamer wireless controller. This is an amazing controller. It's a mini controller, but the really exciting thing here is that if you can see here on the screen, it has the ability to push down and hide the sticks. So if you want the sticks out or you want to make it more pocketable, you can simply press down and hold it down like this and then let go of the lever and it'll hold the stick down. You can do both sticks for that, making it very versatile. Besides that, this is a pretty good Bluetooth controller that has both X input and switch input as well. It's very light and small. It comes in two colors, black and white, and it's got really surprising good hardware build. These shoulder buttons are great. The D-pad is really nice. And of course, it has these awesome sticks. The buttons as well are nice, a little clicky, and it's very light and pocketable. Hit the link in the description if you want to pick one of these up. Again, this is a wireless controller, the Ace, and we want to thank AliExpress for sending this over for us to take a look at. But yeah, this is a great controller at a very good price. Back to the show. Okay, first hands-on impressions here. This is a nice blue. Immediately, I'm greeted with some plastic that feels pretty decent. Gotta say, the transparent plastic here feels nice. There is some interesting design choices going on here. On the bottom right side, we do have it curving, but then on the bottom left side, even though part of it curves, they added some part here. Not really sure what's going on with that. I thought maybe at first it was a lanyard, and maybe that is what it is. Kind of hard to see here, but that could be a lanyard hole. But it is down here. So now that I look at this a little more closely, I think that is what it is, a lanyard hole. Not sure how I feel about that because it's nice with this round on this side and then it's square over here. Maybe the lanyard hole should have been up top or somewhere else. Or maybe in the middle, don't know. But this is a nice looking handheld, so we'll give it that. We'll start with the buttons, and the buttons feel good. Nice tight buttons, so I do like them. They are polished well. They do seem to be moving independently. I don't see any movement among them, so great start. Go over to the D-pad, and the D-pad is a bit of the stiffer type, but it rocks. It seems okay. It doesn't push straight down in the middle, so it does seem to be okay. Not the best D-pad. I would say, though, it's pretty similar to our R36S. And then the stick, yep, stick is a switch style stick that we're used to. It's clicky. That's fine. And then very interesting here, we do have these buttons in a row right here, and they are clicky. You can hear that, they're clicky and loud. And the other thing is this bright light here in the middle, which might be annoying to some people. The other thing I really like is that we have a front firing speaker. So we're starting off good. Yes, we have the same boring screen, probably a 3326, although it's running Emuelec, who knows. And it feels good, good plastic, weird placement for this lanyard, but looking at the back, and let's try the shoulder buttons. Typical R36S shoulder buttons. So no surprise there. We do have a battery door we can open. And then we have the logo. And here is a ding, 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 a big surprise. It actually says R36S. I thought this was a VX. It just says game console, which we didn't see on any of the packaging. Game console model R36S. So that's a little interesting. We can see the battery here, and the battery is labeled as a 3,500 milliamp hour battery, so that's pretty good. On the side here, we have our typical power button with reset. Moving to the bottom, we do have a DC port and an OTG port, along with a headphone jack. And then we have a single SD card slot on the left here with a volume rocker, and then nothing on the top. So I'm going to say this is probably more along the lines of the K36S line, probably Inside, it's like the K36S, not the R36S, even though that sticker says that. And it's a sticker on there. So I'm really confused. I don't know. But let's get this thing opened up. Let's get this thing powered up, turned on, and then we'll open it up and find out what we have. We already know it's Emuelec, so let's get this booted up. Hey, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to talk about today's sponsor, AliExpress, in the IINE Micro Brick, a tiny homage to the original Nintendo controller we all loved. Really, even more less, because this literally has no starter select. It just has the D-pad and the 2 buttons in that beautiful retro Nintendo colorway. This also can function as a TikTok scroller for those of you who want to have some sort of way to quickly change videos. There's even a third mode that says it can do things as far as keyboard and mouse. So it's a pretty cool little nifty thing. Not much so for gaming other than 8-bit or more minor gaming, but it's really beautiful, and we want to thank AliExpress for sending it over for us to take a look at. You can pick this up using our coupon codes in the link below. Again, this is another unique, beautiful product from IINE called the Brick Micro. Thanks again to AliExpress, and back to the show. All right, so booting this up, we have some colors. Boy, they're really going with the colors on this, so no surprise there. But we do have a lot of colors here, even on the loading screen. It boots up relatively fast, and we are going into Emuelec and emulation station, so no surprises there. The only surprise is, do we have the complete Emuelec, or do we have one that is just really battened down? So we'll have to see here as Emuelec loads in, and we'll see what kind of games it comes with. And we have a very familiar looking overlay, or theme, I should say. So pretty used to this. Let's see if we have, yes, we have full Emuelec. So that's really good here. Let's turn off any music or anything like that. It is 4.7. There is, interestingly enough, there's no setting for network. So we didn't expect this to have Wi-Fi built in, but there really isn't even a setting for Wi-Fi. I found that to be very strange. And as I show some of the gameplay here, the screen does look nice. It's a nice looking screen. The placement of the D-pad on the bottom, I think, is more appropriate than the M19 from Acegamer, which had the stick up top. So I like that, especially for those games. Now, this plays and runs like a Rockchip 3326. I think it is. I think it's based on the Emuelec clone. I'm going to open this up and take a look at it further and find out and verify, and I'll show you some pictures from that. But no surprises here on what it can play. It seems to be a 3326. It's certainly not a 3128 because it's playing better than we expect for that. It is running N64 and some PSP better. So no surprises there. Again, the biggest issue here is, while this is a decent build quality and it's probably a clone of the R36S, it is not. There's just so much competition now. We have so many better choices, as I show you some footage of it next to the BatleXp. Now, the awesome Tech Dweeb just did a video recently, shout out to Tech Dweeb, mentioning the G350, and that is a great handheld still. And it doesn't have Wi-Fi either, but at the price, it's great. You may not need both sticks in the G350, but I say it's just a better deal. So it's hard to know who this is for. Again, there are so many of these. There's probably too many of these. I don't think really any of these companies should actually be trying to do another 3.5-inch vertical. It's done, son. Get the G350 or get Gambrick's RG35XX Pro. But other than that, at 3.5-inch vertical form factor, we've reached peak. Or get something like the Chromatic, if you want to go to more old school Game Boy type things, more authentic. But it's kind of done here. So while this is not a bad handheld by any means, and 2 years ago, I would have been saying, hey, this is awesome. It's just not enough there to change it. We'd like to thank Amazon for sending this over to us. They did send this over for review. I've not seen the review and won't see it ahead of time. It's not a bad handheld. If you get it, you'll like it. I just think there's better choices out there right now that have built-in Wi-Fi. Spend about the same amount. Get the R36S Plus and have that built-in Wi-Fi and that beautiful 4-inch 720p screen. It's just much better. If you want something smaller and more pocketable, then Trim UI Brick with built-in Wi-Fi, again, is going to be a better choice than something like this. So let me know what you think. That's been our unboxing and review of this. I don't hate it. You know, it's a pretty decently made thing. It's funny that it says R36S on the back. The screen is good, but when you see it next to the BatleXp just looks better in so many ways. Even the screen looks better overall. Let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments. Remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones, because tomorrow is never promised. We'll see you next time, Deadheads. Deadfred out.